My name is Ishimwe Jean Marie, a refugee advocate, journalist, and the East Africa Regional Lead for RSEAT, Refugees Seeking Equal Access at the Table. Recently, I've been asking myself, I'm almost 30. Maybe I want to marry and have children. But then another question comes. Will my children inherit the same struggles I've faced? Is it fair to bring a child into a life where uncertainty might follow them too? I've lived more than 15 years as an asylum seeker, more than 6 years as a refugee, and I'm still a refugee today. When I reflect, I see opportunities I missed in education, work, and personal growth, things many others take for granted. When I finished high school, I passed like many other students, but I could not join university because of the documents I did not have and the school fees I could not afford. Work was no different. Despite my qualifications, I could not access opportunities on equal terms. My first salary was Kenya shillings 10,000, and I survived on it for 3 years. Every time I sought better opportunities or a salary increase, I was told I needed a work permit, which at the time I could not obtain because I did not yet have a refugee ID. But in the midst of those challenges, something changed. In 2019, I received my refugee status and ID, and suddenly doors began to open. I was able to access university scholarships, better employment opportunities, and pathways for growth that many people take for granted. Even life gets complicated. Sometimes I find myself questioning the value of life, not because of people, but because of the suffering, which is too much. It's almost like you do not live. You're forced to survive rather than to thrive. Many do not understand what it means to live without the freedom of movement, or to hold a document that limits your life instead of enabling it. This is the hidden cost of being a refugee. But I've also lived in Kenya amongst people who do not see me differently. I have studied, worked, built friendships, and shared lives with Kenyans, Wakenya, who see me as human first. That is why inclusion matters. When we talk about inclusion, it's not charity, it's not sympathy, it's recognition of shared humanity and the belief that people like me can contribute, build, and belong. A refugee is not just someone in need. A refugee can be the next doctor, the next policy expert, the next athlete, the next journalist, the next leader, and I'll shock you, maybe even the next president. So I ask you, if you're in my shoes or in many of the shoes of refugees, would you want to be treated with restrictions or with dignity? Because the truth is, none of us choose where we are born, and none of us are immune to displacement. This year's World Refugee Day theme is Until Everyone is Safe. And to me, that is not just about refugees being safe. It's about all of us as human beings and our communities being safe and being able to live with dignity and prosperity. This is why inclusion matters, not as a slogan, but as a way of seeing each other's as brothers and sisters, as jamii, as community, as we say in Kenya. A society is only strong when every person in it is seen, valued, and given the chance. Imagine a world, a Kenya, where truly we lived that way. That is the world, that is the Kenya, that is the Africa I believe in. That is jamii to me, community.